You guys ready? I don't remember the first time I heard the name Lance Kronberger. I'm almost positive that I was at an SCI Bowhunter chapter banquet, and I was talking to another backcountry bowhunter, and we were talking about sheep hunting, and he said, you got to look into Lance Kronberger. He's a young guy, he's a go-getter, likes to hike, likes to cover a lot of ground, and he really has a knack for finding older age class rams. And so I tracked Lance down and said, hey, I want to start applying to tags in Alaska. I want to start applying to Tok and Chugach and whatever else he recommended. And I ended up drawing Tok in 2011. I probably applied for that tag. It had to be close to 10 years, something along those lines. Obviously, anytime an archer or anytime a hunter draws a coveted tag anywhere, it's a special moment. But for me, to hunt Dall sheep in Alaska was something that was rooted in my childhood, something that I'd wanted to do from the first moment of anything that I understood about hunting.
It's almost 6 p.m. It's the night before season open. We're just walking this ridge behind camp looking for good rams. We've seen legal rams, a few legal rams, but nothing that tickles our fancy just yet. So we're just gonna keep on looking and hopefully find a good one to go after tomorrow.
I'll never ever forget this. Is nearing the end of the day. We're at all the way at the end of the ridge, and Lance, he rotates his scope to where he's looking in the eyepiece straight down the hill, and he's looking, and he just sits back and he looks over at me. He's chewing on his lip, and he's like, I found your sheep.
I mean, I know we're here to kill them, but it's just something absolutely magical about seeing an animal of that caliber. Yeah, just to see it. Of any species. All we need is a luck. And a little bit of skill.
For me, just hiking into this country and seeing an animal of this caliber in its home and engaging with 8 or 9 other rams, this was worth the price of admission for me. This was all that I needed to experience.
We're gonna get out of here and go back to camp and have dinner. We got a little snow squall, a little mini blizzard here moving in. The sheep are down there just fighting, so you can see it's starting to snow. We're gonna get while the getting's good.
We woke up the next day, opening day, and we were going to go nowhere.
We've been in the tent for 24 hours. Today was opening day. I think we're gonna end up being in the tent for 48 hours because tomorrow's supposed to be the same, but it is snowing to beat the band. The mountains are white. We can barely see the tops of the mountains. We can't spend any time outside because we're getting soaked and it's freezing cold. So yeah, that's where we're at, and hopefully it clears up soon and we'll get after it.
Next day we get up, I peek out at daybreak. Same thing, 2 full days we were in the tent, and we were definitely feeling confined.
William and I have a little snack. We're taking Wilderness Athlete, there's not much left, but Mountain Berry bar, then putting Wilderness Athlete energy gel on it. And we have a little bit of the Sleepy Sillies because we've been in the tent now for 38 hours straight. See that on that? I would tell you it's delectable, but it's just interesting. So we're at 38 hours. Still snowing outside. Supposed to clear up tomorrow. And we're really hoping because we are on a hammer of a ram. So hopefully this stuff is weird. It's like a liquefied fruit roll-up. It is. So hopefully we can get out and go get that ram because he's huge. So the weather's finally broke. We were in the tent for roughly 60 hours. We would come out occasionally to eat, but sun is out, and today we're going to be going hunting. Some ewes and lambs have come down in the valley, so it's a good sign that stuff's moving around. Should be a good day.
So we get to the top and we just started picking the ridgetop apart. We found them pretty quickly.
There's like 8 to 10 rams. And way down at the bottom in the grass is the ram that we're looking for. Big, giant, massive ram. But it snowed hard the last 3 days. And the snow has pushed all the rams down. So literally we're on the top, the tippity top. And they're all the way at the bottom.
Finding him right away just gave me that confidence of, hey, we're here, we're on this ram, now it's just gonna play out.
We're just gonna go over, get closer to him, keep tabs on him, and hopefully he goes and beds down or moves into a position that's stalkable. And we'll go kill him. For once in my life, I'm at the top of the mountain and the sheep's at the bottom. Just when you think you have it figured out. We've been sitting here for about, I don't know, 4 hours maybe longer. All the rams went and bedded down. Really too far for the camera to pick up. Now they're all getting up and kind of moving down the valley feeding. So we're gonna move yet again, get closer to the shooter. And just to see if he isolates himself to where we can make a move. Right now there's something like 25 rams down there. So it's tricky, but we're just gonna keep kind of moving with him, a little chess game. And we'll see how it goes. We can officially add rock climbing to our resume. The 4 of us just came down that. We've just been working our way down. Trying to pick the rams apart. There's so many rams here. Just kind of picking our way down and see if we can find him. There's literally like 30 rams here and we're looking for one.
Probably not gonna do it. No. I mean, I thought they were gonna keep feeding up. Now they're starting to bed down.
I see. Yeah. To say it's been a long day would be the understatement of a year. We've run all over this mountain, and all we did was get a little bit closer. We got to about 300 yards,
with failing light, so tomorrow's a new day.
Our second day of hunting, same thing, Groundhog Day. We get up, say grace, we have breakfast, we pack our bags, we do the 1,200 vertical feet.
2 days ago we found him. Yesterday we got closer. Today we're gonna kill him.
Almost immediately we found that ram, and he was, within 1,000 yards of where we had lost him the night before, or where we had left him the night before.
The rams are bedded 263 yards down the hill. It's the closest we've been yet.
We just watched him. Same thing as the day before. He'd move, we'd move. I've hunted with Lance for years now, and sometimes Lance gets really animated when there's going to be a stalk, and sometimes Lance gets very quiet and just says, hey, grab your gear, follow me. And that was what he did in this instance.
They're feeding. There's two of them that are up and coming this way. If he follows, we'll be able to just under 100 yards. There's a ram right up here. They're coming around over here. But the big boy's the last one. So you're gonna run right into him.
There's a trail spins.
I know. You're right on top. There's one like 80 yards, a little one. And there's two more coming this way. You're gonna come right. Stay out of their sight, because if we bust them, it's over. Stuff like that. Yes, they're right over the edge of this. This one. Yeah, right over the edge of this. Okay, let's watch. He's the front one, he's got blood in his guts. You got it.
I remember I was pointing downhill and my pin was just moving on his shoulder just a little bit, and I wrapped my finger around the trigger. My bow and my arrow and my arm was all a unit to the ram, and my bow went off. Just about that time, one of us looked over to an even further valley, and here, the ram that I'd shot already ran out of the first valley and was walking very slowly up the next valley.
So the shot isn't as good as we originally thought. It's definitely a dead ram. But I hit him back, and because of the angle, I hit him back, and it came out back. So it's a far back shot. So we're gonna have to give him some time, unfortunately.
And so we just kind of sat down and we took a minute to ourselves, and I looked to my left, and much like we had experienced the day before season, here comes a wall of fog and rain and then snow.
He walked up into the next basin, and a fog bank is now rolling in. And that's exactly where he went, is into the fog bank. So, challenges, to say the least. We're being challenged again on this trip. So that's okay, because it's a challenging trip, and make the rewards that much sweeter.
The ram we shot is about 300 yards away, bedded down. We have to be really quiet. Just let him lay there and expire.
Of course, I'm sick to my stomach. I thought I did my job in great fashion, and I didn't. Bow hunting is a game of inches, and I was certainly more than a few inches off.
The weather's really nasty. It's hailing, snow, rain. We're totally fogged in right now on this cliff. The ram is still out there, but we're freezing cold. We just have to kind of wait it out.
We just sat there and we watched the ram for probably 30 minutes, 45 minutes. We weren't even sure if he wasn't dead right then, because he wasn't moving. His head was just laying on the ground, but we didn't want to risk bumping him. I asked Lance, I said, if we go in right now and he's not dead and we bump him off of this spear and he drops down, what are the chances that we're going to lose him? He said, very, very good, because if we bump him, he knows he's going to be pursued. And with the storm, he's going to walk until he feels comfortable. It's going to be very difficult for us to find blood, to find tracks, to even locate him in the morning, because we're going to have, 4 or 5 inches of snow, a foot of snow, whatever it happens to be. So I said, let's just leave him. Let's go back to camp. We decided that was best. It's going to be a long night, but let's just do that. Packed up our gear, and we just went back to camp, and it was freezing cold. By the time we had made it back to camp that night, it was blowing. I don't want to make a guess, but it was probably blowing 30, 40 miles an hour, snowing to beat hell, and it was cold. It was several degrees below zero with the wind chill. And listen to Lance say grace, and I listened intently at that grace. I know he's going to thank the Lord for the 4 of us being in the mountains. I know he's going to ask the Lord to bless our families back home and keep them safe. But now, the part of grace where he usually asks us for our success, to ask the Lord to please give us success, to please give us the opportunity to find the ram that we're hunting. I know that Cadence is going to be finding that ram the next day. And so I just listened. I wanted to be ultra present, ultra mindful in that moment, and to understand what he was asking, what he was praying for, and what we were all involved in. We had dinner. We, of course, talked about the ram, talked about the shot. You have highs and lows. I was proud of myself for making a 72-yard shot in the mountains in a critical moment, and I was disappointed that the arrow didn't find the mark that I was really aiming for, and that I thought was the shot picture. And that's hunting. That's the ups and downs of hunting. It was a long night. And we get up in the morning. It was still snowing a little bit. It was very foggy. It was kind of rainy on the bottom. You could see rain kind of moving down through the valley, but snow and ice where we were, blowing, and lots of fog, lots of clouds or lots of fog. We get our gear together. Lance says grace quickly. We eat a quick breakfast, and we have no idea about the day that we're about to embark on.
Can't see 20 feet. There's cliffs all around us. And now we're just waiting for a break in the fog so we can hopefully see if he's laying there dead.
Four, maybe 5 inches of snow on the ground. And when we get up to the spear, we're trying to glass it, but it's very foggy, very cloudy up there. And we're trying to glass it, and he is not on the spear. We don't know why. He's just not. Lance, he takes a step and he stops and he turns, he whips his head around, he looks at me and he goes, Wolverine tracks. And I was like, no. And he doesn't take 3 more steps and he whips his head around. He's like, 2 Wolverines. There's 2 Wolverines here. We can see 2 distinct tracks. Clearly these Wolverines smelled the ram. It smelled probably where my arrow hit the ram, and then they followed the ram's trail all the way up to where he was bedded down. 2 more steps. Whips his head around. Grizzly bear. And I'm just thinking, okay, this is a tale unlike anything I've ever experienced in my life. We start following this grizzly bear, and he starts going down this extremely steep ravine, canyon, whatever you want to call it. It was a chute that he was going down. Lance goes down, he peeks over, whips his head around, and Lance has such character in his face, and his eyes get really big, and he opens his mouth like this, and he goes, there's your ram. and I'm just, you know, I don't know if there's a bear. I don't know what's going on. And then I go, hey, is there a bear? And he's like, no, there's no bear. You know, finding the ram was bittersweet. I'm of course elated. There's an ending. You know, there isn't a ram that's out there somewhere with a story that we don't know how it went. This is going to be the end of the story. This is what we came here for. We hiked for a couple hours through some brutal weather this morning, and we got to where the ram was last night. And unfortunately, he wasn't there, but some fresh grizzly and wolverine tracks were. And they, either after he died or while he was still finishing up, they pushed him off the cliff or dragged him off the cliff, and the wolverines got him down here in this slide and obviously have eaten the majority of his body. But we're ecstatic that we found him and that there's an end to our story that started 5 days ago.
You know, sitting here reminiscing about this sheep hunt, I think back to being a kid and going through my dad's books, particularly Jack O'Connor's books, Sheep and Sheep Hunting, the Big Game Animals of North America, and looking at the paintings and the drawings in those pages and the things I wanted to experience, the places I wanted to go and things I wanted to do, and thinking about this hunt. It embodies so much of all of the elements that I found on those pages that inspired me. That hunt just, it was it. And now sitting here so many years later, I just think about, man alive, I thought I was gonna experience those things. All the elements, the long hikes, the descending down cliffs, the blizzards, the extreme wind, rain, being freezing cold, so cold that I had to do jumping jacks and push-ups to stay warm. Finding the ram, losing the ram, finding the ram again, finally getting the shot, taking this long 72-yard shot. Watching the ram walk into the fog and the rain that night, bleeding just a little bit too far back. Finding the fresh wolverine tracks in the morning, the fresh grizzly tracks in the morning. Then that long hike all the way out, whatever it was, 20, 25 miles till my toenails fell off. I thought I was going to experience that over a decade, not in 10 days or 12 days or whatever it was. But here I am hiking out with that very ram on my back. Sheep hunting in Tok was really a really pointed trip for me. It means the world to me. I'll never ever forget it. And to this day, even after 14 years now of filming, it's probably the most significant experience of my life in the hunting realm, and the most significant experience of being in the wilderness. And I'm going to continue to chase that feeling, those words, those animals, and to see these images the rest of my life. It doesn't necessarily mean I have to do it as a hunter or as a fly fisherman or whatever it happens to be, but these are the places that I want to go. These are the things I want to experience, the animals I want to see. And that's what is Fantastic Places.